Well, guys, it's fight week. We got two of the hardest punchers in the game. The 135, 130 division, Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. This one's going to be very explosive. You got one with 26 fights, 24 knockouts. One with 14 fights and 12 knockouts. Somebody hitting the floor. Now, we've seen a lot of talking. We've seen a lot of back and forth with these two fighters. Now it's time to shut up and throw down. And man, I don't know who to bet on. I mean, on one hand, you got a great box out of Gervonta Davis, but you cannot deny the power of Rolly Romero as well. I know he's an awkward boxer, and that can be pretty much a problem when you think about it. Simply because, you look at fighters like George Foreman and Deontay Wilder. Hey, man, they've been putting people to the canvases, man. Don't get me wrong. They got them L's too, but they've been putting folks to the canvases. And they got that awkward, unorthodox fight, man. I'm telling you, like, I don't know what to say about this one, man. But, hey, like I said, Baltimore's finest. You can't put him out either, man. This dude proved to y'all with people like Isaac Cruz, Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, man. Hey, all I can say is, man, it's kind of hard to choose in this situation at times, man, because it's a puncher's chance with this one. You know what I'm saying? At times, I don't know who to pick. I've been doing my research, looking at Rolly's fights. This dude got a lot of holes in his game, but one thing you can't deny is that power, man. That man got some freakishly inhuman strength, man. I'm telling you, like, hey, Gervonta, I would say take it serious, man. Take it serious, man. I know there's been a lot of, shenanigans going on with the joking and stuff, making fun of his wild comments and stuff. But, hey, this fight right here, man, hey, this gonna be one. This gonna be one of the good ones, man. I strongly feel it. Now, originally, this fight was supposed to take place back in 2021, but, untimely circumstances happened where, there's a lot of legal issues with Rolly Romero in regards to certain cases that were going on. They pushed the fight back. So now, now it's on for sure, May 28th. This is the big one. Now, looking at both of their videos, on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, you can tell that they both train like dogs out there, man. This is like a hyper supreme focused Gervonta Davis. If you seeing the man looking like a caveman in that gym now, man, he's going berserk, man. I can only imagine what this dude is going to unfold in this fight. What I'm hoping to see besides the knockout power, I actually want to see some high level boxing, because I believe with this one, it's going to silence the critics on, whether this man really can box, and not only that, he's going to have a more of a competitive opponent, according to many sources. Everybody's been criticizing Gervonta based off of, he's fighting mediocre fighters, or, he's ducking and dodging the big names, the Garcias, the Devin Haney's, the Lomachinkos, the Lopez's, all these people. They got, they pretty much saying this man ducking. But, I think it's going to be a step up. And, with the whole rumor of him leaving Mayweather Promotions, well, it's not a rumor no more. It's been since confirmed. So, this one's going to be a big step up for Gervonta Davis. Now, let's take a look at some of the attributes that both fighters bring to the table, starting with Rolly. So, when you look at Rolly, for the weight division, he's a pretty big dude. Going off his last few fights, most of the fights he was pretty dominant as far as being the enforcer. He's the one pushing forward all the time. I mean, it's highly questionable with Martinez, but when you look at the whole aspect of how he's been fighting, he's pretty much been the aggressor. So I'm expecting Rolly to be more of a pressure in this fight. I believe Gervonta is really going to go off the back foot with this fight, but I believe Rolly is pretty much coming forward the whole fight. His stamina is pretty questionable. I haven't towards the later rounds of the fights, he tends to get gassed out. I've noticed that. Looking at some of the sparring videos, the old sparring videos he had, some Ryan Garcia, you can tell that as they sparred, he began to like hug more and throw more sloppy punches. Now that can be a big problem when it comes to someone of Gervonta Davis caliber. But don't get me wrong, those punches are still powerful. You cannot dismiss that. Just like I said, just like George Foreman and Deontay Wilder, he's gonna go swinging for the fences. I believe from round 1 to about round 5, he's gonna be swinging for the fences. I believe that the lack of technique, his power is going to suffice for that. I believe Gervonta is going to get into some trouble once he's being pressured. That constant smothering does slow you down when it comes to the boxing game. You're working more on defense at this point, But if I had to say any attribute that Rolly just basically brings to this fight is the power. Now, when you go into Gervonta Davis, looking at what he brings to the table, okay? Now, of course, there's more experience. He's been doing this for a long time, according to him, over 20 years. So, he's definitely bringing that experience. Let alone that, this ain't his first time on a big stage. I want to say 2019 was his first time ever headlining a pay-per-view special. So, these bright lights ain't nothing new to him. He's going to bring that ring experience. Let alone that, you got to keep in mind now, I'm just going off the Isaac Cruz fight. Now, Isaac Cruz was a pressure fighter, you know what I'm saying? Gervonta, like I said before, was boxing out the back foot. Solely at first, it seemed like he was kind of relying on the angle and power. But then you got to remember, he broke his hand. He broke his hand in that fight. So, at that point, he had to basically become a boxer, So he's boxing with one hand and, he's leading on with that jab a lot, That solidified him as a boxer to me, Okay, now we know he just ain't a knockout artist. He's an actual boxer. He's well-rounded. He has great footwork. That's going to be trouble for Rolly, especially in the latter rounds, the later rounds. So when you look at, all sorts of situations and outcomes of this fight, it's either going to happen like this. This is how I predict it. It's either going to end by round 7, or I'm looking at Gervonta Davis taking it by split decision. Solely off points. Solely off outboxing Rolly Romero. I think that once he senses that he's getting tired in the rounds, if he can't put him out the game, he's going to box him until the end of the game. That's just how I look at it. Down to the final bell, I believe he's going to capitalize on it, But this is just my prediction. This is just my prediction. But I do, honestly, if it doesn't end by round 7, I see Gervonta taking it by split decision. Solely off of boxing, solely off of taking advantage of those holes that Rolly Romero, has. Now, granted, for Rolly to start at age 19, that's pretty incredible to be able to get to this level already. He ain't that old, so he pretty much fast-tracked throughout his career. But like I said before, I see either two outcomes. A knockout by round 7, and I'm taking Gervonta on a knockout because I believe if he gets gassed by round 7, and, Rolly Romero gets gassed by round 7 and he starts throwing sloppy punches, leaving too many holes open where, Gervonta can pick off, certain areas, he's going to get Rolly down. You know what I'm saying? And also, I see Gervonta winning by split decision in round 12. That's just how I see it. It'll be amazing if I'm wrong, but this is just my prediction, either round 7 or round 12. But that's all I got, you know what I'm saying? I like, share, comment, give me your thoughts on who you think gonna win and tell me why. I love these conversations. I love to pick people's brains. you know. So subscribe to my channel, Social Nerds Animation. I'm giving you animation videos, art, boxing training, combatives, all that stuff. My analysis, all that stuff. Peace.